Hi, my name is Keith, and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man. And today I'm going to be talking about a very special topic. And every topic I talk about is very special, but I didn't know that I really needed to talk about this until as of recently, because some people don't seem to understand why. But this video is all about why people are removed from your life. Why people are subtracted. So you're talking to someone and the next day, gone. Gone. Like, it's just like magic. And I kind of just thought to myself, I'm like, I guess everyone just kind of knows that when someone's not right for you, they're removed from your life. People understand this, but people don't always think it applies to them. So I'm going to tell you very specific things in this video about this topic, about why people are removed from your life and how that can really impact you. How can it impact you if it doesn't happen and that person's not removed, and sometimes what it can also mean. So let's start off with, I have a family member who has had someone like in the past, and I talked to the family member about that recently, and this person was just fully ripped out of that person's life, out of that family member's life. And it was kind of traumatic because someone you go from just seeing each other every single day and now just gone, like that can be kind of traumatic, don't you think? It can really instill some trust issues within you. It can really hurt you. It can really just, it's offensive too. It's like, hey, just gone. But I did investigating into that, and I found out what happened behind the scenes. So basically, this family member had a friend who is pure poison for them. And that person, they kind of chose dark, let's just say that. So they were getting pulled down by their own decisions and their own energy and their own actions. And if you've watched my previous videos, you understand anyone who you associate yourself with is what kind of energy you're bringing home to you, what kind of energy is developing in your life, what's stopping your blessings, what's continuing your blessings. Whenever you're around someone, your energy is going to mix, especially if you see them every single day. Your energy is going to heavily mix. I'm going to use an example from a video I talked about a while ago. If you are around people who have poverty mindsets and you talk to them every single day, you're going to end up with a poverty mindset, and it doesn't matter how much money you have, you'll end up having nothing because those people will train you to think little, to think small. But if you surround yourself with people who are entrepreneurs, people who dream big, people who act big, not act big as in it makes big actions, let's just say that. People who make big actions and people who really trust in God and moving themselves closer to their highest good through action, through positive affirmation, as in you not talking badly about yourself. I have to make a whole video about that because that's no good. That's one reason that some people might be removed from your life, is because the way they talk, their patterns is rubbing off on you and it's tanking your vibration. You ask God for blessings. Hopefully you guys are asking. I've made videos about that too. If you don't ask, you don't receive. So that's one reason why a lot of people don't have their blessings, is because you didn't ask. But when you ask, God, Father, can you please rip out things that are in the way of my success? Guess what you'll notice? You'll notice certain people, and it's not everyone. It's usually you'll have that one friend who's always close by, and even sometimes that gets ripped away if someone becomes dark or if someone makes bad choices, etc. But in life is like a street with a bunch of turns, a bunch of alleys, a bunch of it's different patterns on your road. You're walking down your life's path, and if the person's going to pull you downwards, they're not going to fit on your path. You'll be walking that path alone for a period of time, then you'll come up to the next person who is going to contribute to your path. So when people are around you, even as a friend, everyone is contributing energy somehow. Maybe negative energy, maybe positive energy. But when it comes to people contributing, if someone's contributing their negative energy to your cause and you're not asking for that to be removed, then that's going to stay. But when you ask God for him to remove it, then guess what? you're in shock, but because you don't understand the bigger picture. You can't, as humans, we can't even perceive God's plan. And it's okay to take actions in our own plan, but just understand God's plan will correct ours because his is the one that matters. It's good to take action, but we give it to him. When it comes to asking for protection, this family member at the time started asking for extra protection. And that, keep in mind, a protection consists of redirections. And rejections is a protection and a redirection. So that friend was just it's like a wall of light came up and the family member of mine was not able to even go anywhere near that. That person went missing as if they died, like as if they dropped off from the world. And it is traumatizing, but you have to understand that person has things going on in their life. They're doing things. You don't always see how everyone acts behind the scenes. People who talk very nicely to you, oh yes, very nicely, it can be the nastiest of people behind your back. And you don't know that. And that's the biggest thing. You don't know when people are talking behind your back sometimes. You'll have a feeling, you'll have dreams, etc. Maybe if you can hear your angels, or maybe if you feel your guides, you'll feel visions and they'll tell you and stuff like that. But in a general day-to-day sense, unless you're not asking, then you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So trust in God's plan. If this person's removed, it's probably because you're getting leveled up. And their level was going down. So you'll notice you might have that one friend for probably your whole life that you level up with. But if you level up past that person, even if they're doing nothing wrong, and this is another point, a very important point in the video, sometimes you don't have to be doing anything wrong, and they don't have to be doing anything wrong, but your vibrations switch and you guys go in different directions temporarily, because maybe you're leveling up and they're on the same level, which universal law says you're never at the same level, but they're even on the same level, you're going down, you're trickling down, you're not really going up. Because if a bird flies and it stops flapping its wings and there's no wind blowing, you're going down or you're going up. So as soon as the wings start flapping again, you're in connection with that friend. So like I said, a lot of you might have that one friend you're in contact with for life. Anything outside of that, people will just come and go. And that's normal for growing spiritualists. And God will always make sure that there's someone around you. So if there's a complete void and you have absolutely no one in your life, something and someone will always try to come into your life. If you have a group of friends, and I've talked about this in the past, if you have a group of friends and they're all horrible, when you stop showing up to that group of friends, or when you cut that group of friends out, then guess what? That group of friends is now gone. You've dug a hole. It's like making, at the beach, if you dig a hole in the sand, and you dig that hole and you make it big enough, and that hole's empty, then when the water comes in, and water represents new blessings, new people, etc., then the water starts filling up. So as for my family member, who basically, that person just went void, just magically disappeared. Then my family member experienced a void, and this will happen to you guys. Keep track of what happens to you. Learn the patterns that happen to you, and you can energetically predict things that happen. So that family member went 2 weeks without really talking to anyone, and then some of the best people in that family member's life got introduced into their life. Because that person was stopping them. Their energy was tanking their vibration, and you do have a choice as a human, because we all have free will. So when God has a blessing for you, and you think you know everything, if you would like to go against the natural flow of things, you can go backwards. You can go seeking that friend, and if you're not picking up the signs like, hey, chill out, like this, your angels will be like, leave them alone, leave this person alone, they're doing bad and you can't see it. I'm telling you right now, this person's doing bad and you can't see it. You're like, well, I kind of like the company, like, it's just, well, who am I going to hang out with now? Well, that doesn't matter. Hang out with yourself, and then in the meantime, new people will be introduced into your life. People who will contribute, especially if certain events are going to happen. So when it comes to certain events, maybe you're pulled out of a friend group, and something really dark was attached to the friend group. This happens a lot in the spiritual community. So basically, in the friend group, you, like I said, you can't see what everyone's doing. So when a friend goes magically missing or disappears, you're being saved, okay? But this, and not all of you who are watching this video are innocent. I mean, there's a lot of good people watching my video, but some of the newer people who are getting away from darkness are finding my videos, and sometimes your friends are being saved from you. It's a harsh truth, and you might choke up and be like, ooh. But sometimes they are. If you make bad decisions, if you're doing bad things, if you're doing things that can potentially drag your friends down, and you've made bad decisions that you know are bad decisions, even without your friends finding out, their angels can be like, okay, ooh, that person's gossiping. I mean, you're gossiping behind their back, and you don't want to call it gossip, but it's actually gossip, and their angels will be like, get this person out, please, and that's that. So this works both ways. So one thing you guys have to take into account is, am I doing everything right? Am I on the right track? Are my actions lining up? Ask yourself these questions, and if you're doing everything right, who cares? Let God take care of it. Let God do his thing. Just fully expect the best. And don't fight the grain, because you will go fully backwards. So when a friend magically disappears, they might be back. It could be when they come back. And pay attention when friends come back after they fully vanish or disappear. And this can be friends, family members, etc. So in this video, I categorize everyone as friends, even if they're family members, and family members your friend as well. But so when that person comes back, you gotta ask a certain set of questions, like, hey, are you okay? What happened? Okay, you got really busy. Versus, when they come back, check their energy. Like, is this person's vibration good? Wait, is everything okay here? Don't just accept it and be like, consciously think about it. Like, okay, cool. This person was just busy, or this person, it's something legitimate where they were just occupied. But even then, that person shouldn't just magically disappear. So this video is more centered to when people just magically get cut out of your life. And I'm going to teach you guys something right now. If you would like to, okay, I'm going to ask you, this is the interactive part of the video. So for the people watching this video, here we go. I'm going to ask you a question. You, who's watching this, who's viewing me, moi, yes, you who's watching this video, hello. I have a question for you. Number one, have you had blessings that you felt coming to you, but they haven't yet reached you? Number two, and keep asking, you guys can ask yourself different questions too, but the next question is, the interactive part of the video is a different part. I have to get used to doing more of the interactive content. I'm more so used to doing it live, but do you feel do you just feel like completely blocked up, and you feel like all your blessings are just blacked out and you're in the darkness? Are you just fully just questioning as to if you're doing everything right? Are you doing everything wrong? Would you like to see progress? Would you like to see everything good come your way? These are questions that you should be asking yourself. I'm going to teach you guys how to ask yourself, but would you like just this progress to flood your way? Would you like blessings and financial abundance and abundance of self-love, abundance of just everything good in your life show up in your life? So you're asking these, I'm asking these questions to you guys, and you should be asking them to yourself. You're like, me. Like, are you waiting for your just etc. to open? Now go into prayer and just say, God, anyone who's harming me without me knowing it, please remove them. Please and if you're someone who doesn't have too many people in their life, this might not apply to you as much. But if you find that you're around people and you're dealing with a lot of people, and you're just dealing with a lot of people, and you just don't know, because sometimes you just don't know. That's the nature of humans. We don't know. That's okay. We are not supposed to know everything. Even for the person who knows, basically, and I'll tell you right now, certain absolute prophecies that certain people have found outside of the Bible, certain things change. So if basically this person's prophecy was to do this, and that, there's interdimensions and there's interdimensional laws, and even prophecies can change. So ask yourself, okay, would I like all these blessings to come through? Then ask God, hey, remove anyone who's harming my energy. And then you'll find yourself either just with the one friend that you have, two friends that you have, your close friend group, and then you'll notice everyone else who's not really helping you just gets plucked like a weed. So in your garden, there's beautiful flowers, there's trees, there's everything good, and there's weeds. So ask God to remove the weeds in your gardens and to remove the snakes in your garden as well, because even the best of people, when you're doing good and you're doing nothing but good and you're shining very brightly, you're going to aggravate certain people who are not making progress, people who are going backwards on the staircase, and people who are just descending. So as you're going up, and sometimes, this is another good example, as you're walking up the staircase or going on the path of life, someone who you're attached to can be a rope and they're pulling you down with them. And months go by and you're not seeing a single blessing, you're not doing anything wrong, etc. It's just who you surround yourself with, and that's why people magically remove. Sometimes you don't know how to ask for it yourself until things get desperate, and then circumstances change because God wants you to do better and not just suffer, so that when you finally ask him for help, he's removing people who are really bad. So the next time someone vanishes from your life, it could be a couple things. It could be, one, that person was really harming your vibration. Number two, that person's just busy and they're just super busy. But even then, that person should be letting you know that they got to do stuff or etc. Maybe if something popped up, then okay. But just keep track of their energy when they get back. Number three, your vibration fell or theirs fell. You have to be honest with this one and the determining factor. Okay, wait, I did, like, some of my, the way I've been behaving in the past week, or something I've been doing in the past week was wrong, so people are getting pushed away from me because they're being protected from me. That's a hard thing for a lot of people to admit, but if you're making bad decisions and being dark or accidentally gossiping about people, that will happen. So if the other case scenario is, okay, these people are bad and somehow they're malicious and their energy is harmful or poisonous to mine, then they're being removed. So you have to discern that part. Or number four, you might just be going, and this is another example that I used earlier. You might be going through your path in life, but sometimes your path has certain turns, and the person stops at this turn because they're supposed to improve, and their energy is not compatible with your energy, so you guys separate. But in like a few blocks down your path, because your path might have a few turns, you see that person again because they've upgraded, you've upgraded, and now there's a collaborative energy into you both upgrading. Now, there's a yin, there's as above, so low. As above, so below. Every part of light has a dark aspect to it. So basically, the darker aspect of that is, did you descend? And then and this is a giant thing too. If your energy drops and your vibration tanks, and you start, your vibration goes down and you make bad decisions, you choose darkness, you fall off the path, you stop talking to God, etc., then you'll find people you've known from like high school start popping up in your life. People who are actually not even supposed to be in your life will be popping in your life again, and you're surrounded by a bunch of really bad people because your vibration was incompatible with people of light. So the hole in the ground has been dug, the water has came in, but the water was dirty. And if you didn't do your job to clean it out and be like, okay, I don't want these people around me, I'm going to adjust my vibration, I'm going to make sure I'm doing the right decisions, I'm going to make sure, most importantly, I'm talking to God, and you'll notice that disappears. So just evaluate yourself, make sure you're not the wrong person in this, because as a human being, and humans are not perfect. God made us perfect in his image, but we're not perfect in the sense that we can mess up sometimes. So every single day, constantly evaluate yourself, write things down, check patterns, be like, okay, I see this, and this, okay, cool, or not cool, etc. Acknowledge that you don't know everything, because we're humans. We're not supposed to know everything. And just trust in the process, because you're moving towards your highest goal. God will always help if you ask him. On a side note, I'm going to say something. I've noticed, biggest thing ever, the closer you get to God, people who have their faith is weak, or they might be they don't have true faith in God, will be plucked from your life, and then you'll be introduced to people who are close to God as well. And it feels like magic, because it's just like, wow, like all these people who approach me, are people of God. Like, it's just like, I feel like every single person I meet is someone who's really close to God. It's because God sends your angels and their angels to team up to make one light shine brighter. This is a cool video topic. I hope this really has helped you guys. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!